This is a story from Be My Eyes.
Hello, my name is Victoria. I just turned 46. I was born in Argentina and I've lived in 4 countries. Everything started when I was 26. I had my very first episode of optic neuritis, which is inflammation of the optic nerve. And eventually we found out it is neuromyelitis optica, which is also called Devick's disease, which is an autoimmune disease that the body attacks your optic nerves and sometimes your spinal cord. Through the years, I was losing more and more eyesight gradually, but I could have a normal life until 2008. 2008, I have a double attack in both my nerves, and that's when I became visually impaired. In 48 hours, I couldn't drive anymore. I couldn't read anything printed. So I dealt with that for years until almost 2 years ago, I had like 3 episodes in a row in which I was hospitalized. I was hanging to 10% on one eye, blurry. So I decided no more medication. I've been blind now for maybe I think it's been like a year and 8 months, but never, from moment one, I never took it as a bad thing. Now I am experiencing this extremely different situation, extremely hard and extremely enlightening at the same time. I tell people it's like I'm driving through life in a different lane. I come from walking at night on the streets of Bangkok looking for a famous transvestite show on my own to now needing help to walk from the elevator to the front desk of my building. I've taken this experience to learn. Oh my God, what a master's degree on what's important in life. What a master's degree of perspective. Now I celebrate the fact that I can find number 2 on my elevator where the gym is. 6 months ago, I decided to try to go to the gym on my building. I live on the 11th floor, and the gym is on number 2. I went to the gym touching the walls. When I got to the gym, I had to touch the machines to remember where the treadmill was. For 2 weeks, I did that with tears coming. Sorry. Tears rolling down my eyes. I was able to turn on the treadmill. I felt so proud of me. I said, nothing's going to stop me. It's been hard taking away the independence. When you can see, you take for granted that if you're running out of tomatoes, you cross the street and go get them. At this moment in my life, I cannot have that spontaneity. I have to plan who will take me to the supermarket, who am I going to go with, or who's going to do that for me. That's one of the many things that is very, very difficult. And I continue to be open to be taught lessons, to be taught how strong I am. I never knew. Another thing I would to tell you is how surreal it is to feel the sun in your arms, in your face, and not see it. I'm experiencing things that are so rich. That's how I see it. Like, wow. I never thought I would miss the sun. I never thought I would miss the color red, color blue. You know what I mean? It's so enriching and so wonderful when it comes to putting things into perspective. Most limitations are in the mind. I say most because if you say, Victoria, drive a car now, of course I couldn't. But most limitations are only in the mind. And that's another gift that this situation has given me. You know, I now see at night, every night I look forward to dreaming because I see everything. I even drive. I see my face. I see my friends and family. It's incredible. I see the colors. I see everything that I could see before. And it's a little shocking when I wake up and again open my eyes and I don't see. When you have a disability, it's easy to sometimes feel like a broken toy. So what I do is focus on all the things I can still give of me. That, I think, is how I haven't fallen any kind of depression. I've learned to live the moment. Whenever my mind goes to what if, or like, am I going to be like this the next 30 years, or how am I going to do this or that, I remind myself to come back to today. And that's how, whenever I have those moments, because I'm not going to say I don't go down, sometimes I do, but it lasts only a few minutes because I see it as a cloud that comes and rains and then it goes away. I'm not going to fight my feelings. I'm going to accept it. I understand I'm human. One time I read a phrase that said, worrying is paying interest on a debt you may never have. So I remind myself of that. Another wonderful lesson this has taught me is to challenge myself and to see. It became like a game. Like, let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Like for instance, I played the guitar and sing since I was 13 in parties, like hobby. And I said, I can still do that. This situation is going to kill my spirit. This situation is going to make me stronger and larger. And that's exactly what has happened. I still play in the parties of my building, in parties with my friends. And I even go to a home of senior citizens. Somebody takes me, and I arrive there with my friends and my cane, which, by the way, I named Michael because of Michael Caine, and give them some moments of happiness. And that has been incredible. Before, so many little things would upset me. Now I know what's important in life. Almost nothing upsets me because I've learned not to fight with life. Because they say if you fight life, life wins. Oh, another thing is, my God, I've never seen so much love from people in my life. Strangers. Most people in the world are good. I believe that. And this situation is showing me that every day. I have been using Be My Eyes for, I would say, 3 to 4 months. And my experience has been unbelievable. And what I have seen is people want to be called, all the volunteers. Not only the ones that take my call, but all my friends and my family that have shared this, they right away sign up and they complain to me that they don't get calls. They're like, I haven't got a call. It's been 3 weeks. I said, well, that's because there is so many volunteers. So nobody should be shy calling because they're eager to help. Be My Eyes has improved my life so much. You would not believe what I do now with Be My Eyes. Because I used to be a declutter queen. I used to love to organize, but I always have to ask for help. I've done like 8 cabinets with Be My Eyes. But what I do is I select, let's say, maximum 5 items. That would be 5 items at a time per volunteer. So I don't take too much of their time. And also, that way I can give somebody else the opportunity to give, which is so enriching. They say that you have more happiness when you're making somebody else happy. Sometimes I call at 3 in the morning and I get somebody in Australia and we talk about rugby. Also, it's fantastic. I love it. It has given me so much more independence, less asking of favors. And now I know there's somebody that is happy on the other end, happy to get my call. It's priceless. I do anything for you guys. It's priceless.
This was a story from Be My Eyes. If you liked it, please share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great ways to use Be My Eyes.